Welcome again to the Hope is in Our Nature podcast, this place where we talk about hope and we talk about nature and positivity. We haven't decided a tagline, have we?
No, not really. No.
I
But
just
that's good
started.
though.
It felt right. Maybe we could. Yeah, next episode we'll have like a nice sort of follow on tagline because some podcasts have a really neat kind of a neat intro, don't they? Maybe we'll work on that. But hi, Jen.
Hi, Aaron. How are you?
Oh, I'm very good. I'm doing really well. I'm doing really well. I do have a little bit of a cold, so if I sound a bit runny,
Oh,
many apologies.
it's all right. We'll just call it like your blues jazz era voice. If you start
Yeah.
getting all like raspy and husky. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. But how are you? Are you doing all right?
Yes, I'm fine. Yeah,
Good.
yeah, I'm really enjoying doing these actually, and it's
Me
been
too.
a super busy week. So sometimes it's, especially today, I've been looking forward to today, because this is all around like some really nice stories and really nice examples to give us all a nice boost. So yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, today's going to be a good one. It's all about restoration. So, it's the Thursday of Hope Week when we're recording this, and Thursday is Restoration Road. So it's the pathway all about giving back to nature. So, like one of the five ways to well-being is give back or is just giving, and in this case, we've kind of linked that to giving something back to nature because we get so much from it. You know, we've been
Yeah.
talking in all the previous episodes about how it can help our well-being, how it helps connect us. Beyond that, there's so many other impacts that nature has on us. You know, it's jobs for lots of people. It's medicines. It's food. It's nature is so much for us. So today we're just talking a bit about what we can do as human beings in terms of giving back. So that's what we're talking today. What does the word like? If you hear the word restoration, what do you think of?
Oh, put me on the spot. It's very
Sorry
early in the morning for an exam.
for a
No,
for a
so
dictionary definition to come out.
I think I guess before like we started working in the team that we're in now,
Mm.
if I heard the word restoration, I think of buildings. I think of
Oh,
like
really?
yeah, I think of like, restoring an old building like an old church or something. That anyway, that's like what
Mm.
sticks in my head when I think about restoration. But
Oh, of
obviously
course, yeah.
now I work at the Wildlife Trust, so now I know I know that
I
restoration
know.
and now I know the truth. No, now restoration to me is really about some of it is around repairing what's been broken or what's been
Mm.
damaged in terms of nature. But I don't just see it as like traditional I guess conservation restoration at a large
Yeah.
scale, which is really important. That's another part of what happens at the Wildlife Trust. I see it in the small actions that happen in our communities, and
Mm.
I've seen it in the place where I live. We've got like a little there's like a crossroads, and we've got like a little bit of green. Ambitiously called a village green, but it's really small.
Some
Um,
of the village greens are just literally like a little patch of
just a
grass. Just
patch,
so,
which is
hey,
fine.
that's
That's
nothing wrong
enough.
with that. Yeah,
That's
it's
all you need.
absolutely.
And there's a tree
Has it got a
there.
signpost, like a little plaque, or is it just literally, or
No,
is it just
no.
known in the kind of in the villagers' minds?
Yeah, no, there's no plaque. It's definitely not
Okay.
that fancy. But it used to be there's like someone that lives right up against it. So they used to mow it a lot. So this thing was like
Right.
shorn down to the earth pretty much. And yeah, like together in the village, not in a nasty way, but we just sort of asked, why don't we just leave it to go a little bit back to nature, and could we
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
think about planting some wildflowers in there to help with pollinators and stuff? And yeah, there was sort of agreement, and we sort of worked together to do it. And now it's yeah, it's just a really healthy little patch of it's
Yeah.
always got, especially in the summer, it's just teeming with wildlife, and it's great for birds to feed off of it and all that kind of stuff. So for me, that's now what restoration means to me. It's not just the big landscape scale um big projects. It's the everyday moments of connection and giving back and doing something positive. It kind of links to activism a little bit, but not
Yeah, yeah.
not fully.
Yeah,
What about you?
definitely.
What does it mean to you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've kind of you've hit the nail on the head in terms of what I think as well. I think like
I'm very good at that.
you are, yeah, yeah. You're always gonna get the definitions right, aren't you? But yeah, to me, restoration, I just always think of it as like I think of it as very me focused in terms of like I always talk about restoring, like like revitalization, restoration.
Oh,
It's almost
okay.
like a kind of a health thing to me. It's almost like,
Rejuvenation.
yeah, yeah. It's definitely there are supermarkets with health kick drinks that are just, I don't know, like a vegetable and some sort of random chemicals in it that's called
Mm.
revitalize, love yourself or whatever. But yeah, it's just a packed full of sugar. It just gives you loads of energy and makes you think you're feeling good. But yeah, so I associate it with health and with, yeah, health of myself. But I guess then when I think of it's got like real positive connotations, hasn't it? Restoration, or at least it does to me. So when I think of restoration for nature, I think of just getting it back to healthy, making it healthy again, or making it healthier. And like what you said there with the little village green and kind of letting it take care of itself a little bit. That's
Yeah.
that's basically rewilding. Like so,
Yeah.
like rewilding's one of the
Rewilding.
rewilding, yeah, and that's one of the. It can be like a controversial
Yeah.
sort of topic sometimes, but really when you get down to the nitty gritty of what rewilding actually is, it's letting nature kind of take care of itself to an extent, with maybe
Right.
some interventions, but it's basically trusting in the process, and lots of conservation initiatives are about protecting what's left. It's
Yeah.
about going, hey, this we work in the conservation of this bird species, and it's about how do we look after this population,
Okay.
yeah, and potentially growing it, but rewilding is very much about restoring, very much about bringing back more
Mm.
nature, and like this sucks. I don't know if you knew this fact, but you probably did because you're a
I
haven of
probably don't. You're,
factual knowledges.
well, no, you're the
But
fact man.
I'm the random fact man, but then I don't know too much
Is there a
depth or detail.
shark?
Yeah, yeah. And then if anyone asks me a follow-on question, I'm like, oh, that's the end of my knowledge. But the UK is one of the most, if not the most, nature depleted country in the world.
Yeah. I did know that
Which
one. Yeah.
you didn't
Which
know that
is,
one,
yeah.
which is now that sucks, and
Yeah.
it definitely sucks. And I know it's Hope Week, so we don't want to like bring a downer, but at the same time, it's important to know that. But on
Yeah.
the other side of things, interestingly, the UK is like absolutely full of nature and animal lovers.
Mm.
Like so you can tell there's something that's gone wrong there, and we kind of need to bring back some more nature because we know it make us happier and healthier, and
Yeah.
yeah, so rewilding is, I guess, a way of doing that and kind of letting nature grow back, like you did with the village green, I suppose. And there are a few different kind of ways. People think of it rewilding as chucking in a new species, and that's a part of it. So that's
Yeah.
that's that's
But
something called
that's not all it is though, is it? It's not,
no,
like I say, it's not just about, I mean, yeah, not just the Wildlife Trust, loads of environmental organizations and charities do really big scale restoration. Like, oh no,
yeah,
I like it when we say we're going to re-wiggle rivers. Um,
re is
say
there
it 5 times really quick, like re-wiggle
re-wiggle
rivers,
rivers re-wiggle
re-wiggle.
rivers.
Yeah.
If you could be a
You lose.
river re, I'd love the
River
job
re-wiggler.
title of a river re-wiggler. That
Yeah.
sounds
But
that's
that's
amazing.
like putting back in, as far as I mean, I'm not an expert by any means, but yeah, it's sort of making sure that rivers and sort of streams and things can um I don't, maybe need to cut that bit out because I don't actually know why they re-wiggle.
And you're my God, that's so good. You started so strong, and then all the confidence just dripped away. Right,
No, hang on, no,
right.
no,
Get the
no, no.
Google out. Why do they
I'm
re-wiggle?
Googling. Yeah, no, here we go. So, all right, here we go. A definition of rewiggling, or remeandering, is adding natural-looking bends back into a river or stream if it's been straightened artificially in the past. Um,
Ah,
it's achieved by digging out a new course that's parallel to the old one that winds across the original floodplain.
mm,
Um, is typically to reduce flooding downstream, improve water quality, and boost biodiversity. So yeah,
yeah,
we know that a lot of things can, in terms of what's done to rivers or where they've maybe been dammed or where they've been straightened,
mm,
can cause a lot of problems in terms of flooding
yeah,
further
sure.
down. So that's sort of one of the reasons. But yeah, improving water quality and boosting biodiversity. See, I told you I knew what rewiggling was there for. Um,
Yeah, that makes sense, though, doesn't it? Because it's like the wiggling is going to create more, well, banks and things like that, diversify the sort of different habitats that you're going to get
yeah.
along the river. So that's yeah. See, that's really cool. Yeah, it's absolutely rewilding's, you know, yeah, about that as well. And there's something called Oh no, what's it called? Grazing? No, it's I think naturalistic grazing. That's it. That's what it's called. Which sounds all fancy. But do
Mm,
you know how? So like, there are other alternatives to just to chucking in a new species. But do you know what an auroch is?
no.
So I might be saying it wrong as well. But an auroch is basically a big cow, and
Okay.
they used to roam around in the UK a long time ago.
Hmm.
I do not know when, but a long time ago. And they used to roam around, and they basically like they'd churn up the ground with their hooves
Yeah.
and their horns, and they'd also munch away at sort of like little shoots and young trees and
Yeah.
grasses and plants and flowers and stuff.
Yeah.
And basically, what that did was stop kind of any one plant from becoming too dominant, because
Yeah.
without that, the faster growing plants or whatever would just like shoot up and then just completely start to take over,
Yeah. It's like
nick
a
all
more
the
natural form of
nutrients.
land management, right, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's kind of
yeah, yeah.
using sort of natural grazing to sort of prevent that kind of encroachment of shrubs, kind of reducing fire risk.
Mm,
I think it can also I read before that it can increase carbon storage. Um, but
yeah.
but yeah, we're not the experts on that. But yeah, there's
No,
loads of examples of like the big stuff. But sometimes that feels, as obviously demonstrated by me when I try to sound really clever and talk about rewiggling
I think you
of
sounded
rivers.
so intelligent
I
just up
try.
until the sort of
Uh,
second half
up
of the
until the bit
sentence.
where I didn't know what I was talking about. Um,
I'm
but
leaving
yeah,
that
like
in.
some of it is really far away from our day-to-day lives, isn't it? Like
Mm,
it's also, it's geographically sometimes happening really far away from where we live. We don't
yeah.
see it, we don't maybe hear about it, but also maybe not something that we can actively get involved in. Whereas um, a couple of years ago, the Wildlife Trust, thanks to, it was amazing. We got £5 million of funding from the National Lottery Heritage Fund. And with that, uh, the Wildlife Trust created the Next Door Nature program, which was
Mm,
all about giving power back to communities to be able to do this type of restoration work, this giving back, this
mm,
activism type approach where they were based. So rather than, you know, something happening far away and something that you can never really see or touch, this was about things like community gardens, community
yeah.
veg growing, litter picking in your local area, working with your local council to convert maybe a disused patch of land that's maybe sort
Mm,
of been turned over for sort of, antisocial behaviour and it's not being used in the best way, but turning that into a really gorgeous space that everyone is welcome in. And it was just the most gorgeous program and there was so
yeah.
much that came out of it that taught us about kind of people power and
Mm,
power
yeah.
to the people, and that actually if if you sort of help people find their way to the right tools and the right guidance and the right sort of doors to open, then
Mm,
some really incredible stuff can happen. And I don't think you have met Kira before, as in met as in
no.
seen some of her content, but Kira, there was a lovely example of she's a local to Swansea, that's her hometown, and
Hmm.
Kira is really passionate about keeping her beach, not her beach, but the beach where she lives. Her very own beach. But she felt like, it was, she sort of part owns that beach as part of her identity and part of her
Yeah.
community. Her beach and her local space is free from kind of litter, um, and rubbish. And so she did a lot of litter picking herself, but also then through the Next Door Nature program got her local community involved. So we're going to have a listen to a bit of Kira's story right now.
Swansea is a great place to live. This beach is just perfect. You can walk down through the amazing park full of trees and woodland, almost straight onto the beach, and the view is amazing. Recently, I've been organising some beach cleans and some park cleans, especially when the weather's nicer. It does get a bit more messy, so I organise teams to help pick up all the rubbish. We all have a duty to protect our local areas and the wildlife that comes with it. It doesn't matter how small of an effort you make to protect this local community. I know that we all have a part to play.
Isn't that lovely?
That's so nice. Oh, that's brilliant. That's lovely. Yeah, no, I haven't seen that before, and yeah, that's beautiful. Well, like, you know what? I'm a proper I'm a beach person. I just love the seaside. Is my favourite. I'm a
Mm.
wannabe surfer, and like just being able
Yeah,
to see.
wannabe being the key word.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I can stand up, right? I can't really steer it, but I don't think steer is the right word, is
How do
it?
I steer my
What do
surfboard?
I? It's not the right terminology,
No, but yeah,
but yeah,
Kira is just, she's an average member of her community. She's part of the people that live there, and she cares really deeply and passionately about the nature and the landscape around her. And she started small, sort of doing it herself, and through that, inspired others to come along with her to make it a better place. And sometimes, yeah, litter picking sounds really basic, but the amount of wildlife destruction and harm
mm,
that can be caused by litter being in things like our rivers, our waterways, or
yeah,
anywhere really, it can be absolutely devastating. So it's so important. And there were so many amazing stories and examples that came out of that program. And it won't just be in this program. This will
mm,
be sort of all over, but obviously these are the ones that we see. And so there's a really gorgeous one about two schools in the centre of Southampton that are creating new wildlife friendly areas in their school grounds and learning about nature in the process. You've
wow,
got community arts venues transforming their garden space to open it up to residents and local communities. Butterfly and moth gardens being built in a disused quarry.
that's so
And then some
nice.
really gorgeous sort of blends of kind of culture and nature and community. So um, language lessons and nature
Mm,
being brought together in whole. So an opportunity for people to explore nature and engage in environmental issues and be more active and social whilst improving their language skills. So people who
wow,
are new into the area that have English as an additional language,
yeah,
um, being able to sort of build their confidence and build that sense of belonging and community with their fellow residents whilst being immersed in nature and feeling all the benefits of that. So, and there's just tons. I mean, if you just Google um, the Wildlife Trust Next Door Nature,
yeah,
that will
yeah,
sort of take you to the page with all the stories. But then the other part of this is, yeah, it's great for us to say, oh yeah, there's loads of stuff you can do, but sometimes it's so hard to know where to start,
yeah.
isn't it? If I said to you, right, Aaron, I want you to go out and go and set up like a community group and start doing something for the place that you live, like realistically, where would you start?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I genuinely wouldn't know what to
no,
do, and I like working. I'd immediately just be probably messaging you and going,
yeah,
help me work out
and
what
then
to."
I would
Yeah,
Google it, and then between us, we'd be that's
yeah,
how this working relationship works. Um, but as part of the Next Door Nature program, and this isn't just a plug, this is just it's got some fantastic resources that have come out of it.
mm,
So
mm,
again, all you need to do is Google the Wildlife Trust's Community Hub, and that
yeah,
takes you to a page that is full of guides and resources and information from anything like how you sort of set up meetings with your councils and local authorities, because some of the things that communities want to do need permission because it might be
mm,
council or authority owned land, for example.
sure, sure,
Um, there's also like other practical things. If your group's going to get quite big and if you've received some grant funding, for example,
mm,
you might need a bank account for that group. So we talk about how to set that up. Um, there's information around health and safety, which is super important. If you're going to keep people safe and healthy whilst they're participating,
mm.
just everything, how to apply for funding, how to run a fundraising event. So there's tons of information on there because actually, yeah, again, that thing about learning, knowledge is power. The more we understand about how to do something, the more able we feel to actually take the next step. So yeah, it's just a really good opportunity to highlight all of that work and all of those resources that are available to help us maybe all take that next step.
Yeah, absolutely. What are you going to do then? Because we've got to commit to it. If we're getting people to do it, then we're
Mm.
getting people to do it, and it's Hope Week, so like we're asking, like we're gonna, yeah, we're asking all of you listeners, people, to check that out, find out a way to give something back to nature. What
Yeah.
are me and you going to commit to? What we're going
Okay.
to do? You
I
got any
think,
ideas?
yeah, I think it's going to be so that little bit of grass that I was talking about earlier where I live. I think it's going to be about
Mm,
how we take that to the next stage. So, yeah,
sure.
people were generally comfortable with a group of us sort of saying, let's not mow it, and introducing some wildflower seeds. But I think there's more we could do in terms of creating some spaces like bug hotels.
Mm,
Now that the space is a bit wilder and there's more there and there's more wildlife there, so we could look at bug hotels. I'd also love to think more about um, we where I live, and it's no shade, but people love a lawnmower. Um, and people mow their lawns for all types of reasons, and I get it, but not mowing your lawn can be one of the best ways that you can,
Yeah.
at a really local, small level, do your little
Mm.
bit for nature. Even if it's just you keep a little bit
Yeah, just a
that's not
corner or
mowed,
something
just a
like
little
that. That can be.
corner
Yeah,
or a
yeah,
little strip or a corridor. I'd love to create like nature corridors throughout where I live, so that, I kind of see it as like our grassy bit in the middle is like the hub, but then
yeah,
there's
yeah.
space for nature to be able to safely move all the way through the village. Because yeah, where I live, you'd probably think there should be lots and lots of different types of wildlife. Actually, in the whole time I've been here, I've not once seen a hedgehog, for example.
Right, right.
I've seen them sadly on the road, but I've never actually seen them healthy and safe, at night time in the gardens.
Yeah,
I've noticed that as more kind of trees get cut down or there's more management, I'm hearing less bird song and stuff. So yeah, I'd like that would be my kind of next step, is being brave and maybe learning how to take that idea back to our little parish council, maybe, and just talk about how can we do this together and try and
love that.
inspire people. Yeah.
Love that. Well, there you go. You're committed to it now, and we'll have to check in on that
Oh,
you've done that you've done it. It's
no,
too
too
late.
much pressure.
You've said it on a
Or I
podcast.
failed. Um, all
Yeah,
right,
then we'll just wait. We'll keep it
what
out
about
of
you
there.
then? Come on, what's
Um,
your commitment?
okay, what I'm gonna do is, because even though I've been living where I am for like 3 years now, and
Yeah.
even though I'm a bit like this, I'm very chatty, but actually sometimes I do get very like socially awkward and anxious, and I'm like,
Really?
yeah. So
Do you
I
start talking to
barely
people about
know.
when you go into the woods on a Wednesday and do workouts
Woodland Workout Wednesdays.
sorry, Woodland Workout Wednesday.
Yeah, you
You
probably get
do
this right.
bicep
Um,
curls with branches. Maybe that's why they're not talking to you.
I
Anyway,
think
sorry. Yeah.
it might be an aura I give off actually that kind of naturally just makes me feel. But I'm going to make a conscious effort to, because I don't really know much about the community I'm in. Now I feel like I'm kind of, apart from my
Yeah.
neighbours, I've chatted to my neighbours
Yeah.
mostly because they'll occasionally bring us around food. Again, maybe it's an aura I give off. Just looks like he's
Please
hungry.
feed me.
Yeah. That guy looks like he needs some grub. Um, but yeah, so I don't really get to kind of interact much with where I am as a community.
Yeah.
I think there's a Facebook page. I'm sure I've heard my partner say that there's always some sort of beef and drama going on in the
Oh, yeah. Community
yeah.
Facebook page is the best.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's always like things caught on Ring doorbells. You can't do anything now. When I was a
Oh,
kid, you'd be able to you could cause all sorts of mischief. But now you'll be caught as an me now as an adult, I'd be caught on a Ring doorbell.
yeah. You as an
And
adult doing the same things you were as a kid. Yes, you will. You will have the police called on you. But yeah.
but yeah, like, do you know what I mean? What was my point? What was my point?
So
Oh
you
yeah, so
said,
yeah,
yeah.
the Facebook groups and the sort of
Okay.
communities. So I'm going to. I don't even have Facebook. I don't even have like social media. But I'm
You don't
going
even have a
to.
phone at the moment,
I
do
don't
you?
even have a phone at the moment. No, no, still not for several
Still
weeks.
broken.
But still broken. I just haven't got around to fixing it yet. But I'm going to make a conscious effort. I'm going to join that group, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask some questions about like nature. I'm going to
Nice.
start nature as a conversation, or if it's already there because I haven't seen in this before. Maybe if they're already talking about the little green spaces we do have. We've got a couple of little patches, a little bit like you in your village. We've got
Mm-hmm.
little bits here and there. I'm going to see what's being said. If it is, I'm going to join in the conversation. I'm going to like
Nice.
maybe just try and maybe see if there's something like that, because I don't even know at this stage. So that to me is quite big. Even just maybe starting to talk about people people that live near me about the whatever sort of patches of grass we do have and plants
Yeah.
we do have. So yeah, I'm going to commit to doing that. I'm going to do that this afternoon. I'm going to I'll
Start some
jump on and
conversations.
yeah, and just have a look, and that'll be my little Hope Week challenge for myself today. Today.
Yeah. Well, I think our next little parish council meeting is at I think it's in like 2 weeks' time or something. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'll pluck up the courage and say, right, guys, phase
excellent.
2 of Patch of
Face.
Grass project.
Yeah, we saved it once. Let's do
Yeah,
more now.
let's do
Yeah.
more. Okay,
Excellent.
nice.
Well, that's fantastic. So yeah. So for those of you listening as well, we really, really encourage you to, think of something that you're going to do to give back to nature today, this week, in the next few weeks. Let's just, this time of year, let's do something, even if the tiniest thing, even if it's just connecting with a neighbour and or finding out something about your local space, so that next year maybe you can start to take a bit of action, start to think about a way forward. It can be really hard doing that first step, but if we all
Yeah.
kind of do that together, you know, as you said, Joe, at the beginning, if we all do that together, it all really, really adds up, and we can restore nature. We can bring back some nature to the UK and to our lives, and get some joy and love from that as well, which is very exciting. And plug,
Oh, plug
not
time.
yeah. Oh, that's not as smooth as I've done it in the previous episode.
No, that was rubbish.
Yeah, that was bad, wasn't it? I just and plug. But also come and share what you're going to do. Come and share your little kind of pledge for nature restoration, the little bit of giving back you're going to do. Come and tell us what it is you're
And
doing.
where can they share it, Aaron?
Thank you, Jen. Thanks for asking. So seamless. You can share it on the Good Vibe Hive, our Discord
Woohoo.
server. So you can find the link and come and join us there, and share with lots of like-minded individuals who are coming together. Are on that first step, most likely. Same as myself, that might need to just have someone to chat to and get some ideas and inspiration. And then when you do take that step and you want to sing and shout about it, come and share it with us, and get a bit of support and praise, and let's see what kind of actions we're all taking as our own new community, an online community, and get a little bit of hope from that. So come and join the Good Vibe Hive, and I'll see you there.
Excellent. Well, I think that's everything for today, isn't it?
That's everything. Yeah, thanks so
Yeah.
much everybody for listening, and we're going to be back again tomorrow. Well, depending
For
on
the
when you're listening
last
to this, but
episode.
for the last episode, the Hope is in Our Nature finale,
Dun,
the
dun,
sort
dun,
of
dun.
which is competition causeway.
Really built that up now, haven't you?
Yeah, I
The
have. I know.
finale.
Yeah, no pressure.
No
I was gonna say we should come smartly dressed, but it's an audio medium.
I
But
mean,
maybe sometimes they say, don't
can
they,
if you
dress.
want. I won't be,
Yeah.
but if you want to put a suit on and feel fancy, you knock yourself out.
It might get me into the kind of headspace of being more professional, and
Yeah.
because they do say that, don't they? They say
Why do you need?
are
You
what
know
you
what?
wear.
Never mind.
Sorry.
That's a conversation for tomorrow.
Okay. Thanks for listening, everybody.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.